in the fight sports, or actually in any sport, I think there's a huge disconnect between what RDs are taught and what happens in the real world. And in fact, it's like a gulf that's as wide as the Grand Canyon. Could you address how you dealt with that as an athlete going through the RD program, thinking, well, wait a minute, this isn't what athletes do. I think the American College of Sports Medicine has this idea that, well, in order to do safe weight loss, it's got to be 1 to 2 pounds a week. And I'm thinking, holy crap, 1 to 2 pounds a week? The weight cut will be like a year.
Yeah,
So what are your thoughts on that?
I think I had a slight advantage heading into the sort of RD program because I had come from, I would argue, a hard sciences background. And I was able to sort of interrogate what was being taught with what limited literature was already out there. And I think it's become a core component of what has made me successful in my practice. Is you also have to understand the sport culture, and you got to talk to people who are on the ground in the field, and that's actually how my pursuit, so to speak, of more knowledge is how Jeff Rothschild, who is actually a big mentor of mine, introduced me to the ISSN. And that's how I networked with Tony, and that's how I networked with Chris Algieri, Corey Peacock, and Dr. Douglas Kalman. Those are actually guys who really guided me along the acute weight loss route, the combat sports nutrition route. And I say this, but dietetics is one thing, sports dietetics is another, and then an even more nuanced niche is combat sports nutrition. So you got to take everything that you get exposed to in school with a grain of salt, and keep that intuition to always look at literature and what's being published, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, and there's still a foundation there, right? You learn the bioenergetics, you learn various pathways and how how the energy is expended, and that comes of great value. But to your point, when you get into the amalgamation or marriage, if you will, of being in the field, the application and the study is crucial. I don't think that leaving one behind works well, or I don't know if you can actually grasp it and do it as effectively as you are now, right? With the absence of all three being brought together.
And Jose, you'll love this. So I was always the troll in my grad school RD program.
I believe it.
I'd be the guy in class with my 100-gram protein shake drink while they were talking about 0.8 grams per kilo. I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'm gonna get kidney disease. So that was, for context, I was that student.
It's fun. I feel like everyone at ISSN has a similar story.
It's like,
they were the one person who kept questioning sort of the zeitgeist of the time. And I remember when I was an undergrad at AU, I took my first nutrition class, and it was in 1983. And I remember my nutrition professor saying that, all these athletes eating high protein diets, it's going to be bad for their kidneys. And I'm just a dumb undergrad, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. I know a lot of guys who eat a lot of protein, mostly bodybuilders at the time, because my uncle was a bodybuilder. And it's just so weird that from 1983 to now, people are still saying it. It's just insane. It's just insane.
It's insane. It's insane.
Well, I guess this too, what they're also saying before we hit next topic is not only is it damaging the kidneys, it's sitting in our digestive tract for 3 years. How about that one? Have you heard that one yet, Charles?
I saw that one circulating around.